Let's talk about mentoring. How many in the room here have a parent, a teacher, a friend, way back in the past or recently, that has guided or mentored them and left them with such a experience, such a memory, it's impacted their lives and they still think about what they said or did? Somebody? Anybody? A lot of you. Good. How many have been a mentor? Excellent. A good mentor can actually turn their mentee into a great mentor. And I want to talk about mentoring today. Toastmasters has a great mentoring program, so we're going to touch on that. I want to talk about Mr. Sutcliffe. I was in high school in jolly old England, which I'm from England, in case you can't tell. Went to this fancy private school in the English countryside near the Cotswolds. Some of you may have been to the Cotswolds. And he makes an appointment and said, "Peter, I need you in my office." And he gets straight to the point, Mr. Sutcliffe, English teacher, mastery of the English language. He says, "Peter, you're a bright young man, but you're not applying yourself. You're in a class of 28 and you're in the bottom 5. You don't like authority, you push back against it. You don't listen. And it's the end of the term, you've got exams coming up, and my fellow teachers are thinking about expelling you. Are you willing to listen to a little guidance?" No wonder this man left an impression as a mentor. I was willing to listen to some guidance. He got my attention. I went from the bottom 5 to the top 5 and got an award for the most advanced student. Mr. Sutcliffe left an impression. He is a mentor. I was his protege, I suppose. Now, did Mr. Sutcliffe become a mentor because he was trying to build a legacy? Not really. But the fact that I'm talking about him now, decades later, means he's left a legacy. His real intention was to help me see my own potential and help me move up the ladder. What I'd like to talk about specifically is language. You see, I'm a conversation crusader. I'm a lover of language. Help people leverage on language in better ways. Now, as an English teacher, here's a man that knew how to shift people's language. See, the language I had wasn't working. It wasn't going to get me ahead. It was messing with my head. So he helped me shift my language, my attitude, my whole approach. And really it sums up with three words: absorb, adopt, and apply. See, it would have been bloody useless, as a good Englishman would say, for me to have walked out of Mr. Sutcliffe's office without actually adopting what he taught me, absorbing it, adopting it, and applying it. So he left an impression. Let's talk about mentoring. Now, you see, there's a mentor and there's a mentee. And there's 3 words that particular language apply to both. Because a mentor has absorbed experience, whether it's career or travel. I've traveled around the world, as most of you know, 70 countries. I've been in different industries, different careers. I'm 71. I should have learned a few things. So I've absorbed a lot. And I adopt different ideas. I'm very creative. And I can apply all that. So as a mentor, that's what I give to a mentee. You know, a mentee can use the same language, only from a different standpoint and perspective, by saying, okay, I'm willing to absorb what my mentor has to offer. I'm willing to adopt what he's suggesting, and I'm willing to apply it. Now, I've had many mentors throughout the years. I've had, of course, Mr. Sutcliffe, who mentored me through life and helped me up the ladder of life. I've had a friend in church who helped me up the spiritual ladder. I've had a friend in business who guided me with all that money we've been making and helped me understand how to best invest it. different mentors in different elements of life. I've had also a mentor in Toastmasters. Anybody know where the President's Club name actually comes from? You know.
Yes, I do.
So in 1988, I became a Toastmaster at Jim Dawson's club at Oglethorpe University. And it was named after the president's room, the boardroom in Oglethorpe University. That's where the President's Club name came from. So Jim Dawson was my mentor, yet another mentor. And many of you know Jim and respect him highly. He's mentored many, many people. And he took me under his wing, and I used that to apply to my direct sales and MLM business. I finished up top of the chain in MLM business and used his communication skills and leadership skills, presentation skills. I was standing up on the stage in front of hundreds of people every month, every quarter, training, coaching all of the distributor teams all over the world. So I applied that. Now Jim, before I knew it, he had me mentoring. He said, "Peter, I need 2 other clubs in my district open as soon as you can." I went, "Really? How do I do that?" Jim's, just here's what you do. So I opened 2 clubs. One of them was in a church. Another one we went actually down to the Blind Institute or something in Atlanta. Never forget it. Leading these people up to the lectern by my arm to open a Toastmasters club for the blind. That's mentoring. What an impact that had on me. So Jim taught me how to move myself forward, not only be mentored, but to become a mentor. So let's touch on what Toastmasters offers in the field of mentoring. You want to become a mentor, and you need to be a mentor, you need to be a member at least 6 months. There's guidelines. You want to sit down, you want to meet with the person, you set your goals. Now remember, there's a difference between a mentor and a coach. You're not coaching this person. The coach takes takes responsibility for getting someone to a goal. A mentee, in this case in Toastmasters, you're expecting them to get to the goal, take accountability and responsibility. That's the difference. Then there's consistency that's required. You help them understand the roles they have to play. Some of you may know Megan, that was a member here. She worked for Visa, probably still does. And her boss had said, "Go to Toastmasters." So I was fortunate enough to be able to mentor her. Great feedback from her boss. Daniel, some of you know that have come in here. Daniel, he's a young teenager, and we see how he's progressing. In fact, he was on an interview on ABC or something on TV recently, yes.
Really?
Yeah, just popped up, very confident. So I encourage you to mentor, be mentored, invest in other people's lives, help them get up the ladder, leave a legacy, make a difference, and start now. Toastmaster.